What's up, YouTube? I wanted to make a video on my car, kind of an update. I've made a few videos about this thing in the past. I had it for sale for a little bit a couple years ago, but decided to keep it just because I knew I would kick myself if I ever got rid of it. I've had this car for 8.5 years. I bought it completely stock, unmolested, not a single modification on it. It was a 2-owner, and the previous owners were older, middle-aged women with dogs, which was evident by all the damn dog fur in the back that took me forever to clean up. There's actually still some leftover fur back there that I can't really get rid of. I don't really have the energy to go in there and pick them out with tweezers. But essentially, about a year ago, I got the dreaded ringland failure on cylinder 4, which is common with these. Because that cylinder 4 sits in the end position of the coolant flow, it tends to build up heat, and eventually over time, it just destroys your ringlands. So I'd be out driving, and this thing would start to hiccup and drive kind of crappy. Took it to a local shop that I trust. I'm friends with the owner. He did a compression test, and he's the only person I let work on this car besides myself. It was, he came up with the ringline failure in cylinder 4, so it's basically just been a big paperweight for the last year. It will start up, it will drive short distances and things like that. Once in a while, when I've gone around the block or to the gas station, it struggles a little bit and almost gets me stranded, but eventually it starts back up and gets me home. So I'm just trying to decide what to do with it now. My friend who owns the shop can do a rebuild on the engine for about $8,000. It's kind of a rebuild he has, it's unique to him. He's done several of them. This guy's worked on thousands of Subarus over the years. He knows a lot about them. So his rebuild would be kind of a hybrid mix of, performance pistons and things like that. Stuff that he's found that seems to be really reliable. And it's about 450 horsepower on pump gas on 91. So he's done that for several customers, and they've had no issues. They've ran for a while and done well, and never had any major problems. So it's a really reliable 450 horsepower build with pump gas for about $8,000, and it's dyno tuned, so it will run really well. I can do that, or I can go to another shop here called Nip and Tuck Performance. They'll do an IAG kit. It'll be about 550 horsepower on ethanol for about between $11,000 and $12,000. So I'm kind of trying to decide what to do. Obviously, all it takes is money, which I don't have. So I got to figure out a way to get some extra money to fix this thing. I got to finish my basement, so that's kind of the priority at the moment. I would love some suggestions from anyone if they have been through this before, what you would do, or some ways to earn extra money. I don't really want to do a GoFundMe. That's pretty pathetic for a car. There's people out there in dire situations with real needs. This isn't a dire situation. This is just my fun car, but I obviously miss driving it. So I would love some input from the internet community. I keep it on a trickle charger just because, the battery will die if you don't drive it in a few weeks. So I just leave it on that to keep the battery going. Let's see if it'll start. 6-speed. Did the 6-speed swap a couple years ago. There we go. So yeah, it'll start. Usually it'll run good for a couple minutes, and then the ringline failure will show through and it'll start to hiccup and sputter. But I really miss driving this thing. It's a damn fun car. So I would love some input on what to do or how to earn some extra money. Let me know what your thoughts are, people.